I'm Julie Meridian, and my background is in art rather than photography. I got my first real camera about 25 years ago, and I've been experimenting ever since. My first love is actually drawing. I love the fluid nature of drawing, its directness and immediacy, and my passion for drawing carries into my photography in the way I use light and shadow as a drawing media. I'm also an avid collector of natural objects, leaves, sticks, pods, nests, feathers, the occasional dead bird, which I keep in my freezer. And these objects have been the inspiration for this series of work, which is titled Specimens. I've also been influenced by and inspired by collections of natural science objects in museums, such as the Field Museum here in Chicago. But in my work, I want to do more than just document the objects. I want to suggest some of the mystery of the life force that once existed in these objects and that perhaps still exists in some sense, in some form. My process is really quite primitive. I work with natural light, the east light from a window in my bedroom. I place a piece of white paper on the floor. I place the object on the paper. And then I begin to construct a kind of framework or context for the object using only light and shadow. And this is a very intuitive, improvisational process. I use a lot of various different props outside the image to alter the fall of light within the frame. And the settings that I create for the objects are intentionally without any reference to time, place, or scale. This piece is titled Woodpecker, and this bird is actually one of my great treasures. I think the black and white markings on his feathers are really quite beautiful. Here I've cast a long shadow of the bird with some light streaks running through it, almost to suggest that the shadow itself is about to take flight. The reflection of the bird here in a piece of clear plexiglass seems to animate the bird in another dimension. And the shadows of musical notation are a reference to the song of the bird, and again help to animate the bird in another way. Locust leaves. I think these leaves are quite beautiful because of their delicate and lacy quality. And the shadows that the leaves cast create a softer version of this lacy pattern, almost like brush strokes. Again, a reflection here in clear plexiglass creates a surprising element of symmetry. The other piece here is titled Sparrow, and this is another bird from my freezer collection. And I think he looks rather lifelike, perched on his branch, but he's contained in a box, which is a reference to scientific collections. Here the long shadow of the bird and the shadow of the box and the branch create an illusion of depth in the image. And again, there's a shadow of musical notation that is a reference to the song of the bird.